Good evening and welcome to 2025's Film Prize Junior Louisiana virtual red carpet. We have a fantastic night filled with films from student filmmakers from all across Louisiana. It's Kelly Peterson, director of the program, with the lovely, the wonderful, the magnanimous Gregory Kallenberg, our founder and our executive director of the Prize Foundation.
It is super exciting to be here. I've got to tell you that this is one of my favorite moments of all time. We get to do a lot of stuff here at the Prize Foundation, but to be here to watch these kids, these filmmakers, their teachers, be able to come on and tell us what that experience was like is a real gift. I mean, Film Prize Junior is an incredible program, probably one of the coolest on planet Earth. But being here with you, Kelly, and being here with these students and these teachers and their parents is a joy. And first and foremost, let me say thank you to all the teachers, the students, and to these parents that really dive deep into the pool of Film Prize Junior and make transformative films that really do change the world.
Yes, well, it changes these students' lives, and tonight we're going to get just a glimpse of that and have these students share their experiences. So just a reminder, a little housekeeping, that once you join the chat, please change your name to the name of your film, or if you're representing many films, the name of your school. We also would like you to join if you're from a phone. Make sure you turn it sideways so it's landscape so we can see you the best. And if we have any technical difficulties, just bear with us. We're gonna make sure that we get everybody celebrated tonight. Just your patience might be needed. So thank you again, and we're so excited to start the show.
I got one more thing to say. I do want to thank Christopher Chavez, who is the program director out in New Mexico. Christopher, thank you for doing the tech. And I want to thank you, Kelly, for the work that you did to really enable these kids to have this experience, because I have run this program by myself before, and I know how much work you put into it. So kudos to you.
Thank you so much. Well, it is all because
I got something else to say. I'm kidding. Nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say I want to see the kids.
Well, let's bring up The Terrible Day. They're from University Elementary School. So this is actually university's first year in the program. We are so excited to see them. And as soon as they get on stage, we will have an amazing interview. Don't forget that you can see your films at the Film Prize Junior Festival May 2nd and 3rd. We already have the show times out, so if you have any questions about what to do at the fest, check your email or call me.
Right. Come to Shreveport to do something incredibly special. If you're a student filmmaker or a teacher producer, it is one of the greatest celebrations of your work, which is something that we're very proud to put on. We put a lot of work into it. We want you to be a part of it.
Right. We're gonna see if they can start their video.
You know, there's so many jokes here that sort of fall into the it's not a terrible day. It's a great day for the kids from Terrible Day. How's it going? Wave to your adoring audience.
Oh, look at guys.
I love that.
All right, can y'all test your audio real quick?
Hello?
Okay, great, fantastic. I wanted to make sure we could hear you guys. Well, welcome. So we're gonna kick off this interview by having you all introduce yourselves. Go ahead and have somebody tell us the title of the film again and give us a little bit about your story without telling us too much, okay?
And by the way, I know there's a lot of pointing. Someone's got to start, or we'll actually volunteer someone to start. So go ahead. You're wearing the tie-dye shirt, so you're going to start. Go ahead. Name.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Aaron. I guess the wrong finish it. No, I don't want to say. I was gonna say it's a terrible day.
Yeah. And what did you do? What was your part in the
What
movie?
is your part? I was the lady in the office.
And you videoed.
Yes. Oh yeah, and I
Cinematographer.
videoed.
Next.
Hello, my name is Gavin. In the movie, I'm actually Michael, the bully. I bully the main character, Jrimbo.
Hello.
I make him have the bad day.
Hello, my name is Kinley. I play Mrs. Borazoma. I'm the amazing teacher.
Okay. Hello, my name is Max, and I play the main character Jerembo, who has the very terrible day, and very ironic. The bully is my bestie.
At the end of the movie.
Love that.
Hi, my name is Sudden. I am the mother of Jerimbo in the film.
And I'm Lauren, the teacher sponsor.
I never knew that was your first name.
Well, thank you for introducing yourselves. We're so excited to have you on. So, what is the terrible day about without spoiling too much?
I think
Okay.
okay, the terrible day is about a boy named Jerembo who has unfortunate events as Michael, his bully, picks on him. And by the end of the day, no.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it, don't tell us.
No spoilers.
He learns that it is okay that everyone has bad days.
Okay, that's it.
That's a great synopsis. So this is your first film for Film Prize Junior. What was it like making y'all's first film?
Making our first film. So, at first, it was a little difficult to come up to first of what we were gonna do, and then we kind of just played along as we made this script, and then
You're kind of brainstorming throughout.
yeah, we had to
Suggestions.
brainstorm a lot, and when we were making the movie, it took a little while. It was also a bunch of bloopers, and it was kind of, some moments were a little awkward because we had to film a bunch, and yeah.
So talk a bit about that experience and what that was like making a film. And put bloopers aside, what was it like kind of getting out there and making a movie? I mean, what was it like working together? What was it like sort of creating something together?
Well, I did really like the concept of making our own movie. I always wondered how actually making a movie behind the scenes would be like. And now that we've actually made a movie, I thought that it was really fun.
And if you were to kind of take that, because, again, there's a experience to that too. I mean, like you guys working together, I mean, it sounds like you guys had a blast making it, but I'm sort of curious about, if not to ask too heady a question to a group that had a blast making it, what do you think you learned along the way?
Okay, I'll answer this one. So I think we learned that just like Jerimbo, it's okay to make mistakes because with movies we have second chances like in real life.
Thank goodness.
Wow, that was a lot deeper than I expected. Well, Lauren, same question to you. I mean, what do you think that you guys learned through this process?
They learned how to get along. At first, Erin did not want to be, an actor. She wanted just to film and be behind the scenes. And as we went on and she got more comfortable with what was happening, then you'll see her have little guest spots all throughout the movie. So they had a good-
Fantastic.
they
So,
learned.
yeah, well, what advice would you give to your future selves when you make your next film?
Try to maybe look over the script and rehearse it, practice it a little bit better, and also make for us to learn better, try not to smile, be a better at holding a poker face.
And we also learned, make sure that you wear the right costume for the right scene. That
Continuity.
It was just a jacket.
Well, we're so excited to have you in this year's Film Prize Junior Festival. Let's go ahead and wrap this interview up with a Viva la Film Prize Junior. Are you ready?
You guys ready? You understand what the rule is. Loud and proud, Viva la Film Prize Junior. Ready?
On the
On
count
three.
of three. 1, 2,
two,
3.
Viva la Film Prize
Congratulations. Congratulations, guys. We're so excited to have you, and we are so excited to see you at this year's Film Prize Junior Festival.
Look forward to seeing you at the fest, guys. Good luck and may the prize be with you.
Thank you. We can't
Thank
wait.
Yay.
Oh, that was a Star Wars quote.
Awesome. So we are going to go ahead and invite up Young Audiences Charter School. We have a few films from them, so please bear with us. We are going to be able to get through them, but it's going to take about 15 minutes. Okay, guys? All right.
Can you hear us?
We can. Hey,
I
guys.
love this. Oh my God. I need some of the bunny ears. I need them.
Alrighty, well, same goes to you guys. Welcome to the stage, Young Arden's Charter School. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves in order, and then in which film you represent.
My name is Bolton. I represent Hidden. I was an actor in sound design. My name is George. I represent Hidden, and I filmed and edited Hidden.
Let's have you speak up just a little bit, okay?
That's right. You know, that number, good story, good sound wins Film Prize Junior. So just loud and proud.
I represent Hidden, and I filmed and edited.
Cool.
Hello, my name is Cameron, and I am the director and writer of The Warden.
Hi, my name is Cody. I'm the filmmaker of the Shreveport program. Hi, my name is Sanaya. I'm the filmmaker of Experimental.
I love it.
And I'm Mr. Wren, and I am their teacher.
You are the teacher producer. Let's just put the title where it belongs.
Yes, the teacher producer for young audiences.
I love that.
So this was a huge project for you guys, picking out so many films. What do you want to share about, or excuse me, Gregory, I'm so sorry. We didn't hear anything about your films yet. So why don't we take a turn and tell us a little bit about your film without spoiling too much, okay?
Well, okay, a short was an semi-documentary. It's just about getting into the details of how students express themselves under the constraints of wearing uniforms.
I love it. I love it.
Mine is about a boy who tries to change himself to fit in, but he realizes that isn't the way, so he breaks free.
I'd say mine's about a boy who finds a magical item that grants him powers.
That's a very good description.
Hidden is a really messy love triangle, and it just that's it. I'm with it.
Okay.
So can you kind of go through, one by one, if you don't mind, and talk about that ability to make that film and what that experience was like?
Wait, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Sure, yeah, 100%. Like, again, I mean, and maybe you guys make films all the time, but the fact is that making a film is a super special sort of experience. I'm curious about your particular experiences in making this film for the Film Prize Junior audience.
Well, it was somewhat hard. Certain days we couldn't get everyone to be at the film day, and then there has been some errors, with production and like deadlines and stuff. And my partner here can tell you more about it. Definitely like knowing your lines. A lot of the actors just did not, they wouldn't memorize their lines. It's a hard but fun process. It's fun in that.
We have another student that joined us. Go ahead, introduce yourself. I'm Skyland Jones, and my film was the third song.
Awesome. Love that. And so we're just catching up, and maybe we'll bounce it over to you because you were late to the party, so we're gonna pick on you right now. So talking about that filmmaking experience, what that was like, and maybe a little bit about your film too at the beginning of that.
Okay. What it was like to make the film, it was very fun. It was definitely a learning experience of being hands-on, like with a group of people, like creating a film for the first
compete in competition. It was about this girl that basically, she has a lot going on. She's very I can't think of the word. It's like a fever dream almost of her experiences and like learning who she is and what she is for the first time in high school.
So what we haven't heard from our middle kids. What was y'all's experiences like? Because I know this isn't your first film for Film Prize Junior. What have you learned, or what have you changed in your technique to make this next film?
This was the first time I made a film like solely by myself. It was a new experience, like balancing my time and figuring out what I wanted to do and putting my vision, you know, on the screen and stuff. So that was a new experience for me.
So oh, no, go ahead. And I'm curious, did you guys help each other?
Yeah, oh, for sure, yeah.
Some people had help. I did most of my film on my own, and I actually did most of it at home because it was stop motion animation. So I built the sets and pieces at home. I filmed at home and I edited in school, and like it was a new experience because last year I also did stop motion, but I did it in school. So there was always time for me to do it. But when you do it at home, you need self-discipline to actually go home and do the work and not procrastinate.
I gotcha. And so when you, for the people who have made films before, what did you utilize again, and what did you pick up that was new as far as skills go? And how did you improve the films, as Kelly asked?
I tried to start as early as possible, especially with concept design because I have an animatic, and I worked on an animatic last year. And one of the problems we ran into was not having enough time to animate everything. So I really tried to pace myself and make sure I had enough time to like animate everything.
And I'm also curious, as a teacher producer, this is what you've done is pretty astounding and miraculous in its own way. What was it like working with different genres, different kids, different filmmakers, and still keep it together and get those films over the finish line?
You know, it's one of those things where you have to have a little faith and also a little encouragement, you know, to keep them moving, keep them going. Many of them will tell you they wanted to quit, they wanted to stop. Oh no, I can't anymore. It's fine the way it is, you know. But if you just give them a little extra push and encouragement, so that they can continue to, you know, formulate and really just craft out what they're trying to do and what they're trying to say with their stories. You know, I love all kinds of films. So for me, it's fun seeing all the different genres. And what we did earlier in the year, we did a little practice, you know, for each genre. We practiced a little bit last year with different genres. So this year, because they have a little bit of experience, they got to choose which genre they wanted to focus on.
So did you find, and again, these are artists, they're creative entrepreneurs, they're filmmakers, you guys are all phenomenal, and we deeply love all your films. I'm curious about being a teacher producer. What do you think, and whether these kids agree with it or not, what do you think that they learned through this filmmaking process?
I think they learned a lot about working together, you know, because it's one thing to do an assignment for class and edit the assignment and edit it well, but having to have a team of people working with voiceover, working with actors, you know, having to go back because you lost your sound, like all of these things is like, you know, just really learning the process of filmmaking. And then also, you know, learning the process of, you know, telling a clear story, I think is the biggest thing that they learn. And some of them now are graduating and going on to study film for the future. So we're really excited about that. We have quite a few filmmakers here going off to study film and animation as they go off to their college years.
I love that. And just if we could maybe, before we close this thing up and move it along, such a special group of people. You guys should be commended at the highest level for all the work that got done. I'm curious if we go down the line one by one, if you guys were giving advice to other filmmakers to do the work that you did, what would you tell those other student filmmakers to focus on as they try to accomplish what you guys have accomplished through making a film for Film Press Junior?
I would personally say have a lot of patience, have a lot of leadway with what you do, because it may be your first time even doing this, even working a camera. So have a lot of patience with yourself, but also a lot of other people around you.
I love that.
I'd say time management. You don't want to just rush and do everything at the last minute. So pace yourself. That's the way you're gonna get the best work.
And on the same note as time management, start as early as possible. You think you have a lot of time, and then it's October, and then you blink, and it's January, and you blink again, and it's March.
Love that.
I'd say always have fun with it, even when you're testing new things. Because when I do film, I was using a new program. I was self-teaching, so it brought up a lot of challenges, but I never gave up. I never stopped, and even if I didn't achieve what I wanted to, I still had a lot of fun with it. So whatever you're doing, however you're going about it, always just know it's fun.
I love that.
I would say to be organized. Definitely be organized. It just helps things flow, and have patience.
I would also say the same thing about being organized, because there was times where I was in trouble for not organizing things correctly, and definitely have patience with everyone you're working with, because you're all doing it for maybe the first time ever, and you might not have like full professional experience to actually do something well the first time.
I love that. Well, Kelly's going to take us through this last part, and she does it really, really well.
All right, guys. I think I've done this with your class before, so you should already be prepared. On the count of 3, we're gonna say Viva la Film Prize Junior. All right? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Viva la Film Prize Junior!
Awesome. Well, we cannot wait to see you guys at the festival. It's gonna be a great time. Y'all come May 2nd and 3rd, downtown Shreveport Convention Center. We've got the best Louisiana student films in all the country.
And VIP passes for each and every one of you, so do
Oh,
not
yeah.
sleep on that.
All right. Yes. We'll see you soon. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We have The Haunting of Willowbrook School. We have a few filmmakers here to tell us about their experience. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and what you did on the film.
Hi, I'm Lily Grace Solomon, and I wasn't an actor, but I was the producer assistant trying to help with everything, like picking out a room that's like perfectly fit for the scene.
Good for you. Yes, the gentleman in the yes.
Okay.
My name is Lawson. Hi, my name is Lawson Taylor, and I'm the director slash actor.
Love that.
Right.
Recognize your face. Go ahead. The cool headphones.
Hi, I'm Walker Strickland. I'm an actor and a cameraman for Miss Collins and Film Prize.
Let's we're gonna upgrade you to cinematographer.
There you go.
You're not the cameraman. You're the cinematographer. Call yourself what you are.
Right. So
Yes.
which one of you guys would like to take on the task of telling us a little bit about your film, but not spoiling it?
So our film is mainly about these kids who are stuck in a normal classroom, having a normal kind of day, and then their teacher turns into a Frankenstein teacher, and the whole kids get trapped, and they have to figure out puzzles.
And I will tell you, I think, did we hear from the gentleman in the blue room?
Nice.
Yes, let's get a name and what you did for the film.
Alright, I'm Everett Ruggiero, and I was an editor slash actor in the film.
Nice. I think I recognize your face too. I didn't realize you were the editor. That's a tough job. That's a super tough job.
Yeah.
Talk about maybe how you heard about Film Press Junior and what made you guys want to make a film for Film Press Junior.
I heard about Film Class Junior from my teacher who told us what it was and what it was about, and I felt like signing up for it.
I love it. I love it. And we keep adding people, which is super cool. But and then the young lady that just joined, maybe just a name and what you did on the film, and then we'll roll back into the interview.
So I'm Sienna Simo, and I was an actor and a costume and prop designer.
Nice. I recognize your face. You did the costume and the props. Good for you. So can you tell us a bit about what that experience was like making this film? I mean, was it hard? Was it easy? What was it like kind of getting out there and making this scary movie?
Well, it was really fun making the movie because while I was acting, it was like fun to like participate with my friends at school during the movie, and it was kind of hard to keep a straight face a little bit, but we got through it and we made a good movie, I think.
So I think I saw somebody waving. What was it like for you to make the film with your friends and really to, again, see something come out on the other side that is as amazing as this film is?
Well, it was amazing for me because I got to hang out with all of my friends, and I got to watch the film that came out, which was really good. It was really good the editing was really good.
I love that.
What do you think it's going to be like to see your face on the big screen? How are you?
I was an actor, but I think seeing my friends on the big screen would be really cool because I've always wanted to be in a movie.
Well, you guys have accomplished making a movie, which is super, super hard. So what do you guys think that you learned along the way making a film for Film Press Junior?
When I was learning how to be a little bit more professional because like Sienna, I would always like crack up in random moments, and like I learned how to like keep a straight face and stuff like that.
It's an important life.
And all of our since I'm a cinematographer, I have to be patient with all of the actors, and I'm an actor too, so I'm going to try my best with other cinematographers. And so since I'm a cinematographer, I have to be really patient, and I have to use like Miss Collins. I would give advice from my director Lawson, and he was a very good director. And there's some people, and there's another director in there. So I just learned a lot from Phil Price.
Hi, I'm Ella Grace, and I was one of the cameramen too, and I was also the actor for April, the duo for Zach, which was played by Lawson. And I learned that because since I was a cameraman, I had to learn how to like take a video on the camera, and I had to learn how to set up the tripod and the lights.
Love that. So going down the line before we close this up and you guys give us a big feedback of Film Price Junior, would you give the advice to another student, filmmaker such as yourselves to take on Film Price Junior? I mean, would you tell them to do it? What would you tell them? What advice would you give them as they took on the task of making a film?
I would give them the advice of don't be if you're an actor, don't be nervous to say your line and participate with in the film, because it seems scary at first, but then it's really not. And then I was nervous at first, but then when we started filming, I realized it was really fun and cool.
Yeah, and going on with Sienna said, it's when you first start a scene, it's the first thing you're doing. Yeah, it's gonna be a little nervous since you're behind the camera and it's going on the big screen. And But if you have all of my friends there, it makes it way much better when they're like none of my friends would be like, oh, that wasn't good, you're bad. And like they wouldn't do that. Friends don't do that, and it's not scary when like you're at the end of the scene. It's really fun.
And then I'd also like to say that I mean just have fun. It's really not hard at all. All you have to do is just memorize your lines and stuff, and it's really easy.
Yeah.
How about our editor? How was your experience? What advice do you have for us?
The advice I would give to future students is when they're editing the film, don't cut too much off the scenes, but also don't not cut off the parts where like they're saying cut, action, and try to really minimize the amount of cutting you do and make sure that you don't forget to add the sounds and stuff.
I love that.
Wise.
What great words to pass on to other filmmakers, except for it's really easy. We've never heard that making a film is easy, but we're gonna. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're not gonna tell anyone else you said that because yeah, everyone else. But I'm glad it was. It's awesome. That was a great experience for you. So Kelly, do your thing.
Yes. All right, everyone. This is going to be quite the feat. But if you can see me, I'm going to count to 3. And on the count of 3, you all are going to say, Viva la Film Prize Junior. Do you want to practice real quick together?
Sure,
Okay, we're going to practice together real quick. And then we're going to do the real one. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Viva la Film Prize Junior.
Yeah.
Close. Let's spin it up.
Yes.
I think we're good. This is a cohesive bunch that's gonna blow our minds.
Let's go. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Viva la Film Prize
Junior. Congratulations,
Good
you guys.
job.
Fantastic job on The Haunting of Willowbrook School. We cannot wait to see you at the festival May 2nd and 3rd and on the red carpet. We'll see you there, right?
Hey, and remember, guys, you're all VIPs at Film Prize Junior, and we can't wait to have you, and we can't wait to show your film on the big screen. Viva la Film Prize Junior, kids.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Who will be next? The audition. So we have 2 films from Southfield School coming up soon. And I think we're going to do the audition first.
So cute.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so cute.
All of them are great, but you know, cute.
You know, they're all my children.
Wow, you stole my line. Okay. All right, the audition. Go ahead and turn on your camera. And let's turn it sideways since it looks like we're on a phone.
Sorry. Hi.
There we go. Yes. Awesome sauce. Okay, well, welcome to the stage. Why don't you start by introducing yourself, the name of your film, and if it's not too much, give us a little bit about it without spilling the beans.
Okay, so my name's Sydney Emmons. Our movie was The Audition, and the movie's about an audition where people who are a little bit eccentric audition for a movie and compete to be in the commercial. And that's mainly it, yes.
So was this your first Film Prize Junior film, or have you participated before?
No, I did one last year with my friends. Yeah.
And so, you know, it's always interesting when somebody makes their first film and then they make their second film. Did you feel like you had learned something in the process and that you guys did better this year than you did last year?
I feel like we did do better this year because this year we used more lighting to make the scene more vibrant and stuff. I feel like that's what we improved on, and the script too.
And what was the film last year that you guys did?
Last year we did Witches on Erie Street. It was a horror movie.
I will tell you something. I remember that, and I will tell you that this one is a better film.
Yeah, that's what
super nice.
That's what we were
nice
thinking.
about it, but like it was a better. And so going through the process and creating a new script, you know, a better script by virtue of what you said. I'm curious about what that process was like. Did you do it with your classmates? Did you do it on your own? And how did you go through the process?
This year I did not just write the script by myself. My friend and I, we both wrote the script together, and we started writing it at the beginning of the year and continue making edits throughout the whole time. So until we had to submit it.
So what was that like? Maybe if you could talk about your colleagues and making that film. What was that experience like? Were you guys working together really well, or?
I feel like it was a bit stressful since we had to compromise on what we wanted in the script and how we wanted things to play out. But in the end, I feel like it worked out for the best.
And so for you and your colleagues, did you find that you guys learned anything in the process? I mean, is it about being organized, about being patient? Is it about learning how to be a leader? I mean, like, what are those things that you feel like you took out of this experience?
I think I took out of the experience, like, teamwork is, like, the best, a big part of it, and that you can't forget that you're not alone in it. So you can't just do everything by yourself.
That's super well said. What about skills? I mean, do you feel like you are evolving a skill, that you attained a new skill? Like, do you want to be a writer? Do you want to be a cinematographer? Are you more along the acting path? Like, where do you want to go with all this?
I feel like, wait, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Well, I just thinking about the skills that
sure.
you learned. Yeah.
I feel like this year the skills that we improved on was like the acting and also the editing for the movie. We did all the editing by ourselves this year. We had no help from like a teacher or anything. We mainly worked on the iMovie, and yeah, the editing is a big improvement.
Congratulations, because it definitely shows. Your work is fantastic. Do you want to do another film next year? And will it be something different? Not a thriller, not a comedy?
I think next year I will do another movie for the high school I go to, most likely. And it will probably be another comedy movie. I already have an idea for that.
And so is this something that when you look at what Film Press Junior has taught you, what it's allowing you to do in making a film, is it sort of directing you in any way? Do you want to be a filmmaker? Are you somebody who's going to become a CEO of a corporation? Like, what is sort of this doing for you personally as far as Film Prize Junior and the direction you want to go to career-wise?
I feel like the Film Prize Junior is helping me think of it's helping me think of my future career and most likely like an editing position for movies. And I feel like that's what this is helping me realize what I might want to do.
Wow. It's so amazing that you're an 8th grader, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You already know what you want to do, or at least what you want to pursue. So that's fantastic. And you're in a great spot for it, starting early with Film Prize Junior. So what's it going to be like to see your work on the big screen?
I think it's going to be a little scary because you'll have to see yourself on camera and all that. But I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited to see you at the Film Prize Junior Festival. Are you ready to give us a big Viva la Film Prize Junior?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. All right, on the count of 3, we'll do Viva la Film Prize Junior. All right?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Viva la Film Prize Junior!
Nice.
Congratulations.
Nice.
We're so excited to see the audition at this year's Film Prize Junior. And next up, we are going to bring up Southfield School. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I thought that you got called ma'am.
I have to stop myself and be like, oh yeah,
That's right.
I'm a ma'am.
Kelly has a new name here in the office, in the prize office.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have a few films from South Highlands being represented tonight, and kind of doing the same situation that we've done with the other schools. Just give us a little patience while we bring all of our filmmakers through. So as soon as they turn on their camera, we'll see what we're working with.
I would tell you, and it's fascinating because, I would tell you, of course, the teacher producer at South Highlands, Shannon Bamberg, has really developed into a superstar.
Oh yeah.
I mean, of course, I love all of the teacher producers, and really watching these teacher producers evolve through the process and really become producers is pretty astounding.
Yeah. Well, the teachers that have been present this evening really care about Film Prize Junior and the work that their students are doing through it. And it shows in their participation, and it shows in their films.
I will tell you, just look at the gaggle of indie filmmaking humans that are on this camera right now.
Okay, well, let's see where to begin.
It's a seething mass of creativity. Here we go.
So many smiling faces. Okay, so hi everyone. We're gonna go ahead and just get your names. And then I presume that we have our 3 directors in the very front. Is that right? Fantastic. Okay. So why don't y'all introduce yourselves and the title of your film, and then we'll have you go ahead and tell us a little bit about it without spoiling too much. Oh, you're muted. Hold on, guys. There we go.
Look at this crew. Oh my goodness. Lots of you. I love this. So go ahead and just tell us your role in the film you worked on.
I was Josh in the film. My name is Palmer Pindley, and my film was called The Big Ask. It was about a kid named Josh who was trying to build up the guts to ask his crush to be his Valentine, while his friends try to persuade him to do it. It's cheesy and funny, and we had a lot of fun.
Amazing. Okay, and you?
My name's Frances Israel. I'm from South Highlands Elementary. My film is called Messed Up Monday, and it's about a young girl named Sophie who falls through her mirror and is transported into an alternate reality where she has to find her way back with new friends and a completely different world.
My name is Carl Rice, and my school is South Highlands Elementary Magnet. Our film is about a Jenga tower, and a villain knocks down this Jenga tower, and the main characters work together to figure out who knocked down the Jenga tower. And after we find the villain,
Don't give it away.
That's right. No spoilers means no spoilers. Let's run through the people in the back, just maybe a name and which film you worked on and what you did.
Lean in.
Yes.
What's up, Wilds?
Where am I?
Wilds, there you are. Wait.
Maybe it should.
I know.
I didn't know there were 60 of them. But go ahead, really quick.
Hi, my name is Wilds Kakis, and I was one of the directors in The Big Ask.
Lean in.
Hi, I am Can you see me?
Yeah.
Hi, I am Carter Allen, and I was Ben in Messed Up Monday. I'm Luke. I was film editor in Messed Up Monday.
Right.
My name is Rakana Ardman, and I was assistant producer.
And you made the poster.
And I made the poster for The Big Ask.
Hi, my name is Catherine Pettit, and I was in Messed Up Monday as one of the actresses.
We skipped Millicent. Millicent.
I'm Millicent, and I was the director in The Big Ask.
Gemma.
Hi, I'm Gemma Renato, and I was Lily in Messed Up Monday.
Wait, what? Yeah, Charlotte.
My name is Charlotte Moyers, and I was the person who filmed
Camera
Messed Up
operator.
Monday.
Yeah.
Camera operator.
I am Henry Abrio, and I was ironically Henry in Messed Up Monday.
Ironically.
I love it. The first use of the word ironically tonight. Way to go.
I'm Avery, and I was the Slate in Messed Up Monday.
Hi, I'm Mason Wimberly, and I was Emma in Messed Up Monday.
Hi, I'm Evie Johnson, and I was the writer and main character Sophie in Messed Up Monday. Co-writer, yes.
Cecilia.
All the way.
Hi, my name is Cecilia Wittenbarger, and I was an actor in The Jenga Tower.
Thank you all for being here to support your films. It means so much for you all to show up at this red carpet event. So this is y'all's first film, right?
Yes.
So one of you guys, what was it like making a film on your own with so many for the first time?
It was a lot of work. There was a lot of people in Messed Up Monday and not very much time. And since we had to film at a house, it took a lot of time management. Luckily, I had my co-director, Raylan, there to help me, and my writers to make sure everything stayed on script.
Love that. Anybody else want to chime in and just talk
Palmer,
about?
you can go. Or Carl.
It probably the hardest thing about it was the timing. It was hard to get a bunch of kids to film something in time for a deadline.
Yeah, absolutely. How about the funnest thing for you?
It was a really interesting experience. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but it was also a lot of fun, and it let me know a lot of people a little more, and yeah, it just helped me.
Well, I'm curious, and whoever wants to answer this can. I mean, making a film is super hard. I mean, you guys know.
Yes.
So, are you guys proud of yourselves? I mean, you're about to see your film on the big screen at the Film Prize Junior Festival. You're about to wear VIP passes. People are going to note you as being sort of those filmmakers that made these films. Are you guys proud of the work you did?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So what makes you proudest as far as looking at the work you did and the fact that it's going to be on the big screen?
What makes me proudest is probably the work that went into the film, because I value like hard work and doing things right, and so yep.
I think I'm gonna be so proud to see how their characters were different from their personalities. We had so many like sweet people playing somebody who just might be a little bit grumpy, and it took a lot of time to get people like in their character with their lines and the costumes and actions. And I'm just gonna be so happy to see it look so like whole and not fragmented in different people.
So I was really proud when I saw the finished product and saw how hard everybody worked to just make this film the best that it could be, and it made me really happy when I finally saw it.
Well, I tell you, you guys did some phenomenal films. Your teacher producer is one of our superstars. We really appreciate Bamberg. And now you have
She's right here.
She's right up here.
Hi,
Miss Watson here as well.
I apologize. Well, a wonderful teacher producer, amazing group of people. Hey, good to see you, Kelly. Kelly is going to take you through the distinguished, time-honored tradition of the Viva La Film Prize Junior. You guys ready for this?
All right.
Okay. It's got to be loud. It's got to be proud. You need to scare the people in the halls with how loud this is. So go ahead, Kelly.
All right. On the count of 3, we will do Viva La Film Prize Junior, okay? We all got that? I know we've done it a couple of times when I visited, all right? All right. All right. 1, 2, 3. Viva La Film Prize Junior!
You guys are winning. You're winning the Viva La Film Prize Junior chant today.
That was amazing.
Congrats, and may the prize be with you. We look forward to seeing you at the Film Prize Junior Festival. It is going to be a blast. We can't wait to take care of you, and congrats on a whole gaggle of amazing films.
Well, thank you again. We're going to invite now to the cast Ghost Boy. They are from T.H. Harris Middle School. So let's see if we can get their camera on.
But I can't unmute. It looks like our camera won't turn on. We tested it on the other thing, but then we lost the internet, so we might just be doing this without video.
But hey, let's do it with audio and just have some fun, because you guys, it's almost more enigmatic and mysterious, the fact that we can't see you.
You might be a ghost.
Yeah, that's right.
She got her makeup just perfect too. So
well, make sure you send me a picture. We'll put that on here.
That's right. We'll definitely put up the screenshot, no doubt. Take a pic and we'll make sure it gets out there.
So let's see. So was this your first, or I don't know, I'm doing this all backwards now. I'm so sorry. Let's start off from the beginning. My apologies, guys. All right. Well, welcome to the stage. We have Ghost Boy from T.H. Harris Middle School. Why don't you introduce yourself and the title of your film and what it is a little bit about?
So, I'm Alyssa, and my film is called Ghost Boy.
It is about basically a ghost who helps one of the schoolgirls and tries to basically get help in return.
And it's such a great film, and you need to be super proud of the work that you did. Can you tell us a bit about what the filmmaking experience was like? What was it like?
It was difficult, to be honest. Like, it was a lot harder for myself to like basically like get more comfortable being in the film, like filming again, because like I feel like it was a lot more complicated than it was the first time.
Well, remind us, what was the film that you did last year?
The film I did last year was Escape. I did Escape last year.
So what was
Which
that? Go ahead.
which won best in genre for thriller? Just saying.
Right. So what was that experience like, translating what you wanted to do for last year? What did I'm butchering
It
it.
was
What skills did you learn along the way this year?
I learned how to be a lot more patient, a lot more understanding, and like accepting to my actors and like their needs. I wasn't like I was a lot less like harsh on them than I was last year, and I learned how to like go down to like what like they needed from me so I could get what I needed from them. And I feel like that's what I like needed the most to get what I needed done.
And what do you think it's going to be like seeing this film on the big screen? I mean, I realize that you've done this before.
I
You have
I
an
think
amazing teacher producer that works with you. I'm curious what you think it'll be like going into that theater the first time and seeing it on the big screen.
To be honest, I kind of think it's scary. Like, there's pieces that I'm in it, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna be on the screen in a part, and it's like my friends are gonna be able to be on there, and I also feel like it's gonna be kind of nerve-wracking because it's like I'm gonna see the good things, and I'm gonna see like the little tiny mistakes, but it's like in the end, it's gonna be like worth it because like I've already been told like a bunch of like kids from my school find like comfort in watching it and stuff. So I feel like that's like a good feeling I'm gonna have.
Yeah, well, so what, let's see, what do I want to say? When are you going to bring any of your friends up to the festival?
Hopefully, I'm going to bring two of the actors with me,
That's great.
but if not, I'm just gonna bring one. So yes.
Well, before Kelly takes you through the time-honored tradition of the Viva Film Prize Junior, and again, I can't tell you how perfect this is that your camera doesn't work and the film is good. And so it will be this haunting voice coming from the ethosphere. I am curious what advice you would give other filmmakers who are just getting started and want to do what you've accomplished.
My like advice is definitely there's a lot more than that you can achieve than you think you can. If you think that you can like do one thing, you can do all of it. You just have to be able to like put yourself to it because if you like want to do it, you'll go a lot farther.
I love that.
That's
So much,
right.
you should also look at self-help book writing.
If you
You're
can
very
do
good.
it, you can
You're
do
very,
it.
yeah, you're very good. All right, Kelly, do it.
Alyssa, let's go ahead and on the count of three, we're going to, as boys, oh my gosh, we're just going to be as loud as possible to say Viva la Film Prize Junior. Are you ready, Alyssa?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready, Jess?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Viva la Film Prize Junior!
Fantastic. Thank y'all so much for joining us. And
Well, I can't wait to see you guys. Literally see you guys in person up here at the Film Prize Junior Festival. Thank you guys so much. It really was an honor getting to hang out with you guys.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Okay, I think that we are going to have a little bit of a break in between now and our next one. We are, just so everyone knows, waiting for Behind the Ballet to come in. I know that they said that they were running a little bit late, and then everybody else is not scheduled until 7:30. But I've already texted them and they said that they will be on as early as possible.
Sure.
So we can hang out, we can mute, we can talk to Tom J. See who else is in here. Just us. Okay. And is this Zara, The Haunting of Willowbrook School? Feel free to comment in the chat. We are buying time now. Got Melissa. Oh, Melissa looks gorgeous. So mature. She came up to the festival last year.
I love that.
And blossomed.
So are all these guys doing it as one?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Tom suggests that we speak on behalf of what Film Prize Junior means to us. What, Gregory, so your son created Film Prize Junior. What was that initial conversation like?
Here, why don't we start over again so they can stitch it in?
Oh, okay, you're right.
So, all right, so just kind of say, before we bring up the next, there we go.
You were a champion. All right, well, before we bring up our next guest, I would.
Hey, let's start this way.
Okay.
Okay, right? God, what a night this has been.
It's been so great.
This has been incredible. This has been the best virtual red carpet we've had for Film Prize Junior Louisiana ever. And it's really a testament to these kids, to these teacher producers. I am floored by what this program is yielding for them and what you brought to it. So it's really something that you need to be incredibly proud of.
Well, thank you. But, you know, it didn't just start with me. And so while we wait on our next guest, do you mind just reliving kind of what the beginning of Film Prize Junior was like? I mean, your son, Tobias, created it, right?
Yes. So my son Tobias did create it. I finally got, after 9 years, he's allowing me to call myself a co-founder of it. But, you know, Tobias created Film Prize Junior for really one reason, and it was really for the creative entrepreneurs, the young middle school and high school kids who don't necessarily fit into the athletics box and they don't fit into the other boxes, but they still have this ability to create. And that is something that Tobias really wanted these kids to be able to celebrate. And he really found an amazing mechanism to allow for these teacher sponsors to connect with these kids and help them really make a movie. But as you note all the time, Kelly, it's not about making a movie. It's about creating that connection with your teacher, with your school. It enables these kids to learn organization, communication, leadership, and watching these kids grow up through Film Prize Junior and evolve has been one of the greatest treasures of my life.
I completely agree. I mean, the last 3 years have been just so rewarding. And like you said, like I've now seen kids from 8th grade almost graduate now and just really take up the Film Prize Junior mantle. They are storytellers, they are animators, they are cinematographers.
They're cameragraphers. I think that, and again, you know, this is of course night 2 of the virtual red carpet. Night 1, Kelly got to be with a gentleman, Brandon, who was the first winner of Film Prize Junior. And you know, this is back when Tobias and Casey Habak, and then of course Tom Johnson jumped on board. Were cajoling teachers one at a time. They were literally taking teachers and buying them a burger, you know, and begging them to do Film Prize Junior. And Brandon took this on, and as I remember him, he was a tiny kid, quiet in the back of the room, taking notes diligently, and made a film that blew us all away. And now Brandon is an award-winning playwright, and it's due to the work that you continue to do right now. So it's such a gift to be able to enable these kids to put their arms around something and make it their own and allow it to change their lives. And by the way, I Kelly, kudos to you, but also kudos to every teacher sponsor that's out there right now. I mean, the ones that are truly deserving of all the flowers and all the medals, as the kids say, are these teacher producers who are leaning into something and allowing these kids an opportunity they wouldn't otherwise have.
Right. And what's fantastic is that they're doing it not just in their classrooms, but out of school. They're reaching out to their entire school, sometimes their communities, to have this engagement and this support for their films. And whether it's, you know, a location that they're getting, whether it's some free food from a family friend, you know, there are so many ways that, you know, the people that are in these young filmmakers' lives can support them. And it's not just saying, keep at it. It's what more can we help?
Yeah, and know that, like, you know, I had the opportunity to meet with the Secretary of Education from Louisiana today and tell him about this program. And, you know, I get emotional just talking about it because it is so transformative for these kids. I am curious when you're able to talk to, I mean, and I know that sometimes we're not fun to have at the dinner table because we suck all the energy and light out of conversations, because where do you go after, you know, what do you do for a living? I change kids' lives. Oh, well, that's cool. I sell cars. But I'm not disparaging any car sellers out there or car salespeople out there. But I'm curious for you, that ability to do what you do, what is that like for someone who has kind of, you know, you're pretty new to it.
Don't make me cry.
You're 26 months into hopefully a career that will span decades, but like, what is that like for someone like you to have that opportunity?
Well, I hear it time and time again from the student filmmakers themselves, is that when they are done with this project, they want to see younger kids doing it. And I was a kid who was making films in high school. I didn't pursue it afterward, except for here and there. But the fun that I had, the skills that I learned, made me have something to look forward to in school. And I didn't have this opportunity growing up. So being able to present a platform for kids to see themselves on the big screen, to be celebrated, and just to really honestly gain a body of work that they can be proud of, or at least that they can show off for years and years to come, because that's what they'll do, is they'll show it to their friends and keep the magic alive.
It's a pretty astounding thing, especially when you see kids like Brandon go into careers that are around being a creative entrepreneur. But even the kids that don't, I mean, I ran into a kid at the festival last year that literally his dream is to become an engineer. But to him, the skills that he was able to attain, the ability to be a leader, the ability to collaborate with his friends, was an experience that he won't soon forget, according to him. Now, I will tell you that this young man, I hear, is going to Texas A&M University. I went to the University of Texas, so I have a real problem with that. I have a real problem with these kids going to Texas A&M and becoming engineers, but he got there because of the work you did. So it's your fault, Kelly. It's you built another Aggie. That's what you did. That's what you did.
My bad.
But yeah, it's phenomenal, and the night has been incredible, and I just can't wait to watch this kind of continue and unfold like it has, because it's pretty astounding.
I think you're going to be very surprised at how many students are actually going to be at this festival. We have over half of the schools, and mind you, we have 63 schools already RSVP'd for the festival. So it's really gonna be a fantastic night. If you haven't already RSVP'd, please get those into us as soon as possible. It's what makes the festival magic work, is knowing those numbers. So help me celebrate you guys by RSVPing and letting us know that you're gonna be here.
Can I even spin that even more
Please
forward?
go for it.
I mean, it is Kelly's job really to look at the tactical, what's in front of her, to move the blocks around and make magic happen. It's my job to look even farther down the road and to help lead this organization and help where I can. I am strongly urging every single one of the teacher producers that are out there right now, start thinking about next year. Start thinking about how to collect those kids, how to start working on that screenplay, how to start building that collaborative environment that will enable these kids to move forward and create a film. Because it's not about the arts per se, it's about creative entrepreneurism. and it's about that collaboration, that communication, organizing. You've heard it all from the kids tonight, and it feels like we are, again, it becomes empirical if enough people say it. And I keep feeling that I hear over and over again the kids saying it's hard, except for that one kid.
That one
right?
kid.
That one kid. It's like it's easy. I'm like, you might not say that to anybody else, but it's like it's hard. But if you work hard, you're going to yield something that you're going to be incredibly proud of at the end.
As the new radicals say, you get what you give.
Is that what the new radicals say? Is it? I don't know. I don't know. It's but yes, it's I'm glad there are new radicals out there, and I am glad that they are saying that, because it is. I mean, it's an incredible experience that you said something that is really interesting to me, which is this idea at the end of the day is an idea that most people that I talk to are like, I wish we'd had this when I was a kid. And you just said it.
Yeah.
So it's something that I'm very excited about. We are going to be back in just probably seconds to welcome the next film to the stage. I do want to give a quick shout out to Christopher Chavez again. Christopher, who is a program director out in New Mexico. Thank you so much for running the back of house. We are deeply appreciative of you, and congrats on your big festival in New Mexico, which was just glorious. I feel lucky that I got to be there for it and help as much as I could.
192 films.
192 films. It was nuts. Believe me. Yeah, believe it. I've seen them all now, and there are 192 of them. But it is really a gift being able to do this. We'll be back very soon to welcome the next film to the small screen, which will yield a film being shown on the big screen. Viva la Film Prize Junior. Welcome back to the Film Prize Junior virtual red carpet. I am Gregory Kallenberg.
And I'm Kelly Peterson.
Kelly, of course, the director of the program. I am the co-founder of Film Prize Junior and the executive director of the Prize Foundation. We are thrilled to have everyone here as we're able to really shine a light on these student filmmakers and their teacher producers and the great work they did for Film Prize Junior.
And we cannot wait to see their films at this year's 2025 Film Prize Junior Festival, May 2nd and 3rd at the Shreveport Convention Center. Next on the virtual red carpet stage, we're going to bring up The Link, which is from our lovely homeschool group here in Shreveport. I know they have a name that I can't ever remember, and I'm so sorry, but why don't is there any way we can bring the camera a little bit closer?
Or maybe bring the audience closer to the camera. One or the other. Let's shrink up the space. And also, because it's such a big group and it's such a big space, just be loud and proud if you would.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and unmute you guys. And when you can, let's have our director introduce yourself and the title of your film and a little bit about The Link without spoiling too much.
Okay, my name is Genevieve, and the film is called The Link, and it's about technology takes over the world and everybody lives in virtual reality. And the main character can't live in virtual reality, and so she runs away and finds a secret society that fights the Link.
It's a super interesting film, and I am wonderfully creeped out by the people in the back. Tell us a bit of where the film came from. Like, how did the idea pop up?
How did
How did you get the idea for The Link?
I don't know, I just wrote it one day.
Well, listen, I will tell you that part of my background is screenwriting, and I will tell you that that's the answer that a lot of famous screenwriters give, which is, all of a sudden one day something came to them and they wrote it. Maybe talk a bit about the process of making The Link.
Well, I wrote the script, and then I asked all my friends to be in the movie. And we filmed it, but it was kind of hard because we filmed it over the course of several weeks. And so the weather changed.
You got a haircut.
And I got a haircut. So
all the things that the big celebrities have to deal with. So that doesn't shock me at all. While we're kind of in this mode, why don't we let some of these other filmmakers and actors, and because I see some of the faces, introduce themselves and talk about what they did on the film.
Why don't you go, sir?
Me? Why don't you go in front though, so they can see? Totally. Okay. Hello, I'm Sophie, and I did the filming.
Cool.
What did you do? How did you film? What camera?
An iPhone?
What prior like experience you have with filming?
You know, I'm just to let you know, I'm the one who asked the questions here. So I will say, before we get there, why don't we get through everybody, just give us your name, kind of what you worked on with the film.
Let's just go down the line.
I'm Anna Maria, and I was an actor, and I was just there.
My name is Luke, and I was an actor too.
Are you Luke? Yeah.
Oh, I was Elliot.
My name is Emmy, and I was Alora, an actor.
My name is Harper. I don't have a name in the movie.
Yes, you do. Sophie?
Claire. I guess I'm Claire.
And my name is Aubrey, and I was just like, I was the extra camera person and helped with costumes and getting people where they needed to be. I was just the background person who helped with a bunch of random stuff.
And she made the poster.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Make the poster.
I know, right? Well, costumes play a big part of this, like really setting the tone. What was it like imagining what these characters would wear, and how did you make it a reality?
Well, really, I did not decide the costume ideas. Really, Genevieve and her siblings did, so I think I'm gonna let Genevieve tell you about that.
At first we were gonna dress everybody in white, like white jumpsuits, but then we found a really good deal on Shein for the cool hoodie things.
I love that. I love it when bargains drive costumes in films.
The bottom line normally does.
100%. I mean, you're going to do great as an accountant or as a CEO of Universal Pictures, one or the other. So tell us a bit about that experience. What was it like making this film? Was it easy? Was it hard? What was it like working together?
It was easy writing it. It was a lot harder making it, I would say.
Talk more about that. I mean, what was that like working together, or did you work together? Did you work well together? I mean, what was it like making a movie?
Well, I was an actor in it, so I directed what I could, and then when it was something that I couldn't direct because I was acting in it, like in a role that I couldn't direct, Sophie would take over.
And it was hard to coordinate times and like where we can get together, and like it actually takes a really long time to film this one scene, so then we'd have to get back together to do the next part, and so it was hard to I guess just like make that happen in time.
Well, I know this is Genevieve's first film. Is there anything that you learned new just for this film?
I learned a lot about getting music from like royalty-free music. Also about camera shots, because Sophie was really good at that.
And
so I
music
learned
can change the whole movie.
Yeah.
Learning about sci-fi.
Yeah, sci-fi. I've never made a sci-fi film. Never written anything sci-fi before, so yeah.
So you know, and again, you guys have a pretty unique experience in that you've done this before. What advice would you give other filmmakers that are out there that are looking to tackle Film Prize Junior and make a film that shows on the big screen?
I would say like let your film be able to change as you go. Like don't use the first script that you write as what you're gonna do, because I had to change so many things about the film.
So going down the line, if you could pick one thing that you learned about yourself or about filmmaking, what was something that you accomplished? What was something you're proud of with this film in particular? And because Sophie won't stop talking, she just is talking way too much. We're gonna let her continue to talk. Sophie, let's start with you and then we'll move down the line.
Well, I'm proud of my filming.
It was really good.
Yeah. And I learned how to move around more in filming and not just one shot.
So, on to you. I only did like very minor things, but I learned how to like keep a straight face because they were like say, and it was like the camera, and it was like, and I was like, it was so hard not to laugh. And
I don't know. I guess I learned better on how to be an actor because I wasn't as good as an actor last time.
I think I learned, like I said, a lot about music and also about like audio that can change the whole film and smooth transitions to like other shots. That was a big thing in my editing.
I learned a lot about patience because I'm not a very patient person, but I might get there to film one day and I might just not be in any scene the whole time, and I would just sit there and watch, and I'd have to be okay with that and know I'd get my chance.
I didn't really learn anything. I just did what Genevieve told me.
You learned
how to
to
be in the link.
submitted.
I just did what Genevieve told me.
you were good at learning your lines.
Yeah.
Well, it was really cool to watch them as they just like filmed and used microphones and used like a camera that I'd never worked with because I made a couple movies for fun, but it was cool to see like how other people do it and like, but it's still a home film, but it's kind of like a step up. So I thought that was really cool.
Cool. Well, you ready to take them through the time-honored tradition?
Indeed, I am, because I'm so excited to see you guys at the festival. Before we go, let's go ahead and have a Viva La Film Prize Junior all together, okay? On the count of 3 now. 1, 2, 3.
Viva La Film Prize Junior!
Genevieve and team, thank you again for making another film for Film Prize Junior. We cannot wait to see you at the festival May 2nd and 3rd. Next, we are going to bring up to the stage a film called Royal Lesson. They are from Pathways here in Shreveport. So I think we have a group of student filmmakers joining us. As soon as they turn on their camera, we'll go ahead and reintroduce ourselves. Hey!
There they are.
Awesome!
Our first beard of the night. That's right.
Well, welcome to the Film Prize Junior stage. Why don't you go ahead and start by introducing yourself, the name of your film, and give us a little bit about it without spoiling too much.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Strebeck Marlbrew. My movie is called Royal Lesson. I guess I would say it's mainly just about teamwork, really working together.
I'm Preston. I played Chester in the movie. That's really all I did.
No, you were pretty great as Chester, just to be clear. But but I will say this, it's interesting that your film is first and foremost phenomenal, but it almost teaches that lesson of what it's like to make a film for Film Prize Junior, because there is that teamwork aspect to it. I'm curious how you came up with it, and if you also see that sort of similar nature of what your film is talking about and what it took to make the film.
I don't really know. It was just last minute. I was just, you know what? Yeah, I'll definitely join this club. I'll help out. And then I ended up writing the entire script myself.
I love this. And this is
Jamie is our teacher producer.
Jamie. And so Jamie, I am curious about your take on it too. I mean, knowing we celebrate our teacher producers, you guys are phenomenal people. You're also a tiny bit insane like us, and therefore picking up and doing a film with these wonderful indie filmmaking students. What was that like, sort of taking on this project and then watching it to fruition, which is, I mean, just finishing a film is a huge task. I'm curious about your process and how you got through it.
Great. Well, first of all, I want to say your lighting looks great. I wish I had your setup. I just have kind of a boring background here. But anyway, so every year this is my 3rd year being the teacher producer for Film Prize Junior in regards to Pathways in Education, our charter. And every year, I just really want the students to guide like I'm there to assist them. The students guide the process. So I make it very clear if they, if they give their all, I'm going to give my all to help them. So what's this saying? Match energy. We'll match positive energy there. So it just depends every year. My first year, we had a student who she wrote, directed, animated. She did everything, and I felt kind of bad because I was very hands off, but she really had a goal, and I was like, okay, this was kind of easy on my end. But for this year with Alyssa being the director, I've made it very clear to her she is the reason why we have a film, because if it weren't for her, she really was the only person who wanted to take the plunge and try to write the script largely on her own. We did some revisions and edits, but I want to be hands off, and I want the students to tell me exactly what they want to get out of this, and that's where we go, because they're ultimately they have their own agency at this age, and even younger. They're choosing their own destiny, and I just want to be there to give my 110%, support them however I can.
So, and again, you being a veteran teacher, again, I wasn't kidding when I said mildly insane, but but that idea of lessons learned that you hope that the students not only embrace, but they internalize and sort of take later into life.
Okay, yeah. In terms of lessons learned, I believe this is kind of my big word personally and professionally this year is community. And I think students can learn community through, as opposed to maybe thinking, oh, I'm just going to do this myself, I'm going to focus on me. That's great. But having community and being brave enough to reach out and say, hey, do you want to do this film with me? I'm working on it. Let's get people in this. I mean, that's really what happened this year with our film. Alyssa had many friends, and they joined in, and then they knew people from the same class or the same graduating class. Or most of them are seniors, and they came together as a sense of community. So I think the takeaway there is building community. Community is so important. I'm learning that as well, and I think that's the big takeaway for this year as far as lessons learned.
So Alyssa, you just heard your teacher producer say that it's about community. I'm curious if you sort of felt that same sort of notion, and that was your word too.
She quite literally took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
Well, it was such a big production too, because you involved so many people. What was it like organizing and being the director of that?
It was definitely a new experience. And I made so many friends, which was amazing. So I'm just happy that I made so many friends and that I was able to use this as a big experience as writing.
Did you learn anything new about yourself along the way?
I did. I actually want to become a writer.
What? Do you have any plans to go off to post-secondary school or anything next year?
Actually, I want to be self-published as a poet.
Wow. Well, we need to introduce Alyssa to Brandon.
I know. Are you going to be at the festival?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll have to make that introduction.
So before Kelly runs this time-honored tradition of the Viva la Film Prize Junior, and by the way, if you don't do it loud and proud, we'll just keep doing it all night long. I am really curious what you guys are hoping to see and feel when you see your film on the big screen for the first time at the Film Prize Junior Festival.
You can go first.
Man, I'm just happy. I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man, and that first time on the big screen, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Could you take them through it, Kelly? This is a big moment.
All
My
together
heart's pumping.
on the count of 3, we're going to say Viva la Film Prize Junior. Okay, you got it? All right.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Viva Film Prize Junior!
Congratulations, we have Royal Lesson from Pathways joining us at the Film Prize Junior Festival May 2nd and 3rd. We cannot wait to see you guys.
We'll see you there.
Awesome. All right, so next to the Film Prize Junior stage, we are going to bring up our Scott Middle School. We have a few films from there, and then we'll join our other school. I think they're all together. But yeah, first we'll see who's gonna come up from Scott Middle. And these are from the Lafayette area.
I love that. I love that that Scott Middle School looks like, yeah.
Acadiana.
Is that what they Oliver? You know, I don't know if I've ever told you. My father was or is, he's still around, is a transplant from New York, so we knew nothing about Louisiana. I didn't eat my first crawfish till I was 42. So yeah. I'm sorry. I digress. Scott Middle School, welcome.
All right, let's get you to unmute. Hey everyone, welcome. All right, let's see. As soon as we get y'all to unmute, we'll go ahead and start this. Is that Sarah? Hey.
Hi everybody,
right,
can you hear me now?
welcome. There we are. Okay. So
We're,
we're gonna go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I was just going to say we'll start by y'all introducing yourselves, and then you'll say the title of your film and a little bit about what it's about.
Okay, well, my name's Adeline Perkins, and I'm Scarlett St. Romain. We're both in 8th grade, and our film name is The Fail of Jail.
So tell us a little bit about The Fail of Jail without giving too much away.
Okay. Well, it's about 2 troubled students that got sent to juvenile detention for a little bit of mischief between each other.
I
And
have
then-
to say that I'm very curious about where this film came from. It's, just how did you come up with the idea, and does this have any connection to you personally?
So when we were thinking of ideas for what to film, we were thinking of a story about a jailbreak, and we were thinking of characters and ideas and reasons for the people to get in jail, and then the story just slowly faded into the story that we ended up with. Yeah.
I'm curious about the experience. I mean, what was it like making a film? What did you learn from the process?
Well, it was a very hard film to make. We had a lot of technical difficulties with our microphones. Yeah, so we had to retake stuff multiple times. But at the end of it, it was a really fun experience. I really liked editing and filming. And I learned that it is hard to stay in character for me. So I learned I need to improve on that. And I guess I learned that I'm a pretty fast editor. That's true. Yeah.
Well, when you get into the groove with something that you like, it'll happen just like that. So is there any advice that you're going to give to any other filmmakers or to your future selves when you make your next film?
Advice I'd give to future filmmakers is, even if you're scared to do it and you feel like it's going to be bad, the worst that can happen is you'll end up not liking it. But but in the end, it's always a fun experience, and you'll make a lot of memories, and it most likely won't be as bad as you think. I'd say, well, check your film before you put it in the movie.
Yes.
Check your audio.
So as a teacher producer, I mean, I see these 2 amazing humans. I can't tell to your right or to your left, but let's just say the ones that are next to you.
With me.
What's that like, sort of taking on Film Prize Junior and walking them down the road, and then, you know, making a film, just to be real clear to all 3 of you, is really difficult. I'm curious, as a teacher producer, what was that like, taking them through that process?
So I, like poor Kelly, she was like reaching out. She's like, "You need anything?" I was like, "I just need more time. I just need more time." So we have a unique so we're in the gifted and talented program here in our district, and these girls are in the talented theater program, and that's what I teach. And my specialty is live theater, not filmmaking. But one of my coworkers is a filmmaker, and she was like, "You should do this." And I've made some short films with students in the past. And it's always been like me rushing editing at the end and all kind of crazy, whatever. But I was like, this seems fun. I'm going to offer this to my students this year. And I had 6 classes of middle school students say they wanted to do it. But the issue is we meet 45 minutes one day a week. And that is like hoping someone's an absent and hoping we don't have like a freeze and can't go to school or whatever other things happen. So when we miss a day, it's like I might not see them for 2 weeks. And so there was a lot of like timeline and planning and like restructuring and scheduling. And so it was always like this rushed craze, it felt like. But at the end of it, like I think they learned for their first film as like 6th graders, these guys are in 8th grade at middle school. Like that's a big, like they learned a lot, I think, of what because I said, look, I'm not doing any of it. Like I'm overseeing it. But I want you to write it. I want you to star in it. You're going to edit it. You're going to make your post. You're going to do all of it. And they did. So
does that, I'm curious, and I think I know the answer here, but does that make you proud? I mean, like, again, our teacher producers are treasured sort of, I mean, we love you guys for everything that you but I'm just curious about kind of that glowy feeling, if it's there, and what it's like after all that work to see something again, a film blossom and grow and become something.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's exciting to know that like they created something. And as a teacher, I'm like, as a teacher of like an art form, you learn that. I taught them like something they'll be able to shift into their whole, like they learned how to work on a timeline. They learned how to work together. They learn like that if you push through, even when it gets hard and frustrating, and like, we got to the editing room and we had all this footage with no audio, and we were like, oh my God. And we had to creatively problem solve a lot. And it's like, I think I'm proud that those are all like, they were never like, we don't want to do this anymore. Like, they were like, okay, like, how do we fix it? Like, what do we need to do? And that makes me really happy, I think.
I love that. Same question to you guys. I mean, what was that like, kind of going through those trials and tribulations, that problem solving, and then winding up with a film at the end?
For me, I think like it's a big achievement, and I know it's a big achievement, and like I'm really proud of all the work that we did, especially under like all the stress and inconveniences.
Yeah.
We had to pull a lot of extra classes to get it done.
We made it work.
We made it work.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of how it came out too.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, you guys. Well, are we going to bring up the party next? Or are they both?
Yeah, so they're not here. I have how many? 1, 2, 3. I have 3 of my LJ Alamo films here. If you want to.
Well, no worries. Why don't, since y'all are here together, we'll go ahead and do the Viva La Film Prize, and then we'll get the LJ Alleman crew up, okay? Awesome. Okay. So this is our first time doing this together. I don't know if you saw the previous guys do this, but on the count of 3, we're gonna do Viva La Film Prize Junior. So it's just our name, but Viva before. Okay. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Viva La Film Prize Junior.
Good job.
Congratulations. Really looking forward to seeing film on the big screen.
Right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
We threw a little party here, and so we're gonna go eat cake. I have like parents like standing to the side. Thank you so much for coming. All right, I think, I have 3 LJ Alamo students who are from 3 different films. Do you just want all of them here and they can talk about them all?
Do it.
Yeah.
Roll up a chair, Avery. And then Scarlett, come on down.
Red carpet. I love this. I love the glasses. There we go, guys.
Look,
eyewear.
I can do this, so
Glittery
then y'all can.
top. This, all right.
Fantastic.
Once you got scooch in,
Oh.
just get as close as you can to the camera.
No, sir. This is not. Hey, look, come up closer, bud.
Yeah,
Come up closer, Brandon. We don't bite. There we go. Avery, come up closer. Look at
The
this
good thing
camera.
is-
This is where the
is Kelly
camera's at.
bites, and she's a whole internet away from you, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be okay.
Oh,
You're gonna be okay.
okay, we're here.
All right,
We're
y'all.
almost there.
So, now that we have our three filmmakers in frame, I'm going to go ahead and reintroduce you guys. You will introduce yourself and then the name of the film that you are on and a little bit about it without giving too much away, okay? All right. So welcome to the stage. We now have LJ Alleman Middle. Go ahead and introduce yourself and the name of your film and tell us a little bit about it without giving too much away.
Okay, so my name is Scarlett Blondio, and I was actually in a film with two other people, but they're not here right now. And the name of that film is The Potato Nightmare, and it's about these three middle school girls in like a universe like way in the future, like in the 3000s, and they like develop new ways of like farming and like ways to do that stuff. And it's about like them going to school and learning about that and like trying to do this for themselves at a sleepover.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a super simple concept. I love this.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, Avery.
I'm Avery Wallace, and my film was called Lovely. I did it with one classmate, Jolie Swallow, and it's a satirical thriller. We were trying to make it just a thriller, but it turned out a lot more comedic than we expected. And it's about a school dance and something goes wrong and our students investigate it.
I will tell you, you did it the exact right way because everyone in our audience is going to be rushing to this film to find out what it's about. Yes, keep going.
Way to go. Scooting closer, tell them who you are, sir.
I'm Robert Cornell. I prefer to go by Andrew because that's my middle name. So yeah, I did work with two other people, but they're not here right now. Even though one did say they would be able to come. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Anyways, what our film is about, it's basically just random famous guy dies. They go to their funeral. They try to leave. Something happens.
There you go, and leave it there.
Yeah. I did not rehearse this. I am
Andrew,
scared.
you walked right to the edge. You walked right to the edge, and we appreciate that. If you guys, maybe, and Andrew, why don't we start with you, and we'll work our way back. Is talk about the experience of making your film. Was it easy? Was it hard? Did you? What was
Hard.
while you were making a movie?
So talk about the experience. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the experience I'd say was at some times kind of funny obviously, and sometimes to me very embarrassing because she knows exactly when I thought it was embarrassing, and it was just fun to do it, honestly. There's a lot of screaming. That part was very funny.
There is a lot of screaming. Yes, next.
Avery.
Our film was pretty hard to put together because we really outdid ourselves writing it. Like when I'm writing, I have very specific visions in my head, and those can't exactly be carried out the best when your materials are a classroom and a tablet. But we were like right at the time mark because we had so many ideas to fill in. We cut it down a bit, so that's great, but it was definitely an experience trying to cram all of our ideas and every single detail into 8 minutes or less.
I love it.
All right, Scarlett.
So, yeah, it was very fun to make it. It was a very time-consuming process. It was pretty hard to like make because we all had these specific ideas that
we like were trying to write down. And sometimes we didn't always agree like with each other's ideas, or we did agree, but then we forgot about it the next week. So we didn't use it. But yeah, it was really fun. I made a lot of new friends and memories.
You know, I'm curious, you know, was there ever a time that you doubted you could finish, and how did you push through to finally make your movie? I mean, you know, we've said this to everybody, making a movie is extremely hard, and you should be commended, you know, applauded, you know, cheered for making a film, seriously. But was there ever a point where you thought that you weren't going to make it through, and what did you do to push through and succeed?
Avery, why don't you answer that?
Definitely, that is a great, large, gigantic yes. There were so many times that, like they said, we had to add extra class periods. One time, it was the last day before we were gonna present it at Cité des Arts. And we stayed the night at, well, not really stayed the night, but at a theater group. And we went there like from the end of school to, I stayed there until 7:45, I think, finishing the film. And there were even more troubles after that, because when it was at Cité, we figured out that it wasn't actually finished. So then before we submitted it to the actual film prize thing, we had to go back and like fix a lot of things. And it was really stressful because we didn't know if we were gonna finish. And
Yes.
that entire time we were just trying to make it perfect, because like all of us are perfectionists. And
Yeah.
we just, every little detail.
Yeah, like I said before, I told him, I was like, this is yours, like, I'm not gonna be at my house the week before editing all your films, right? Like, I want you guys to feel this pressure. And Avery, like she said earlier, had envisioned very specific things that she needed to see happen. And we did our best, but we had a timeline. Our program showed, has like a end of the year kind of performance, and we had some students do live performances, and we showed all the films we made. And it was like a week before they were due. And so Avery I was hosting some other event, like offsite at a place, and like I was like, if your parents can bring you here, you can come and like edit the film while I'm like hosting this event. And they did. And then I tweaked some things, and then she saw it. She was like, no, you did it wrong. And I was like, okay. So we had to like back to the drawing board. So anyway, it was fun.
Andrew, same question to you. Was there a time that you doubted that you'd finish, and what did it feel like when you got finished?
Especially, I know that, but especially that part I was talking about where I felt embarrassed to do it, and every time I accidentally did it wrong, I had to redo it over and over, and I kept apologizing, and she's like, stop, don't apologize. Because I apologize way too much for completely wrong things. Like, I don't need to apologize sometimes, and yet I do. Anyways, some parts, I'm trying to think, sorry. Some parts.
You know, filmmaking is not an easy thing, but it does sound like y'all had a fun time. Did you learn anything new about yourself, or did you pick up a new skill like editing?
Honestly, not really.
Oh, no?
Yeah. The only
I
like
love that you knew it all, Andrew.
Right?
The fact that you knew it all is something to be commended.
thing, the definitely new thing is that I apologize a lot.
He did learn that he says, I'm sorry a lot, and we learned to apologize.
Let's walk it all the way down the line. You know, what about, I mean, and it's such a great question. Like, what did you kind of learn about yourself? I mean, making films is something, like I said, very difficult, tests a lot of what's inside of us. What did you learn about yourself? And is it something that you'll kind of grow from?
Oh, Scarlett.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know, sorry.
Apologizing.
So, yeah, like I learned how to edit a lot because I had never done that before. That was my first film. And also I got to play and experience a character that I had never like played before. So it was like a completely different role than I'm usually like cast in. Because I'm usually doing live performances, and that was just a completely different experience for me. And yeah, something we had to repeat a lot was looking at the camera. You can't look at the camera.
Right, guilty. Avery, what about you?
One thing that I learned is like that not everything is gonna be perfect, because I also like write songs and I've tried to write books and stuff, but all of those things I can make on my own and perfect them on my own. But this, I learned that if you don't have the materials, you just gotta like go with what you got, and then you can just do your best. That's all you can do.
I love it. And so Kelly's going to take you through the time-honored tradition of doing Viva la Film Prize Junior. You guys have heard it. You better be really good at it. Are there parents really in the room right now?
Mm-hmm.
Could you guys come in too? Yeah, come in. Let's make this a family affair, please. Because, you know, one thing I do want to say as the virtual red carpet is rolling along is
They're talking to you too.
that the parents, you parents are to be commended too. Honestly, we deeply appreciate everything that you guys do to help the teacher producers and help these kids make these films for Film Prize Junior. So we are applauding you guys too. That said, if you don't do this cheer right, we're going to just keep doing it all night long. So let's listen to Kelly, do the thing, do it with heart, soul, and passion. Kelly.
All right, you guys. So the call is Viva la Film Prize Junior. On the count of 3, everybody, we're going to give our best yelp. All right. 1, 2, 3.
All right, we're gonna do it one more time. One more time. For some reason, we lost our audio here, but like we're gonna do it one more time. Viva la Film Prize Junior on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Viva la Film Prize Junior!
Congratulations, you'll have a phenomenal showcase of films from LJ Alleman. We cannot wait to see them on the big screen. Please come if you can. I will help you any way that you need. Just let me know, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll see you up here in Prize Court.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, good night. Thank you all again. Yes.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Wow. What an evening.
It was pretty phenomenal.
It was.
I mean, you are a superstar. I mean, this being your second night, I don't know how emotionally you take it.
All I can say is that my cheeks are hurting from all the smiling.
I gotta say, we got one more night.
We have one more. So we have another 20 or so films to see. So please join us again. And
you want to do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, right? We're gonna do it. I'm gonna let you count it down, Kelly Peterson.
1, 2, 3.
Viva la Film Prize Junior! I'm Gregory Kallenberg.
I'm Kelly Peterson. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bam.